Hey everybody, welcome to another Motivational Monday. We are back full time and there will be some changes made to our channel. I'll talk about that at the end of this video, but I want to jump right into the motivational message for today. I have been working around my house, just doing a lot of improvement work. I'm turning our living room into my office. I have done our retaining wall outside. And I wanted to share with you today 10 things that I learned while fixing the retaining wall. The first thing, make sure you have the right tools for whatever project you're working on. I literally was outside with one shovel and one level, and that's all I had to work on it. It was a lot harder because this was my first time doing it. I'd never done it before, so I wasn't really fully aware of everything that needed to be done to get this situated. So I was out there working, and I do realize that it made my job a lot harder. But when you have a project, when you have a task, if you have the right tools, it will make your job that much easier. So when you are starting out on a project, look and make sure that you have the right tools that you need to get this project situated. Number 2, get the foundation right. And whatever your foundation is for your project, mine starts with the Lord, getting myself together in the word of the Lord, knowing what I'm supposed to be doing, letting Him guide me. Because literally the foundation is what holds everything together. If your foundation is wobbly, if it's uneven, if it's unstable, it affects everything. And also, that will usually be the hardest part of what you're going to do because it's the most important part. And that's what I found myself saying to my head, get the foundation right and everything else will fall into place just the way it's supposed to. And that brings me to number 3. Don't give up even when it seems like it's too hard. When I started doing this, I remember going through and not realizing how much work it was actually going to be. And I said to myself a couple of times, I think I have bitten off a little bit more than I can chew. But I also kept telling myself, you started it now, so finish it. That's the mindset I kept telling myself. I kept saying, hey, you started it, you need to finish it. You've already got the bricks off, you've already started putting the work into it, so finish it. And it made me think about the summertime when you get into your car. It's super hot in there. You turn the air on and you turn it up to what? I know myself, I always turn it up as high as it can go. That air is working that much harder to kick in and get the car cooled off, especially with the kids in there. So I want it working extra hard so we can cool off faster. And that's the same thing with life. You're gonna have to work a lot harder in the beginning when you get started. And as things adjust and you get more in tune with what you're doing and you get to know better, you can kind of adjust the level that you're doing down. It's like, okay, I'm getting in, it's hot, I have to turn it all the way up to 5, but now I can start feeling a return for the air working so I can turn it down to 4. All right, now it's getting a little cooler in here, I can start turning it down, and that's the same thing. Do the hard stuff first, and it'll get easier as it goes along because you have more experience and you know exactly what you're doing. Number 4, is take a moment and step back and see where you need to make adjustments. Because if you're right in the middle of something, it's hard to see what you need to do. I literally had to go back and step in the street so I can see what was going on and say, okay, this is a little off, or needs to be adjusted, or it's just right, keep doing what I'm doing. So that helps you to be mindful of what's going on. Step back, take an adjustment, and see where you need to move things or keep things just like it is so you can make sure you're getting toward the goal that you're working on. Number 5, have a point of reference. My neighbors also have a retaining wall, the people right next to us. So when I was like, okay, is this looking right? What am I supposed to be doing? I want to make sure that I'm on the right track. I could just glance right over to the neighbors and say, okay, that looks just like theirs. I know I'm doing it the right way. That's what the scripture is for. That's what you have mentors for. These people that have been in a position where you want to go, they can help and give you the information that you need to get to where you want to be. Number 6, know your strengths. I am a very visual learner. I can look at something and literally recreate it just from seeing it. So what I did was watch a YouTube video, and I actually only had to watch one because they went step by step to show you exactly what to do, how hard it was going to be, the level, the stacking, everything that they went through. It was very detailed to give you the information. So I said, okay, now I know my strength is first creating, and then being a visual learner who can see stuff and recreate it. So I got the vision in my mind, I saw what they were doing, I knew how to do it, and I went out there and using my strengths to get this done. Whatever your strength is, whether it's listening, listen to whoever it is that has the information that you need. Whether it's reading, read up on whatever it is that you need. Whether it's actually going out there and getting your hands in it so you can learn as you're doing it. Know your strengths so you can work to your advantage. Number 7. And this is a funny one because my husband likes to kid and joke with me a lot. Use your criticism as a point to know where you need to make adjustments. A lot of people don't like criticism. They think it is somebody's attacking them or just being mean to them for no reason. But I like to listen to criticism as a point of reference because there is some truth sometimes behind what people are saying. He was like, listen, are you sure you know what you're doing? It's kind of, from where I'm standing, it's a little crooked. And instead of getting upset saying, I know what I'm doing, I got this, I stopped and came over to where he was so I could see what he was seeing. And that's the thing. Sometimes whoever it is that's telling you something, they have a different vantage point and they can see something that you can't see that may help you make the proper adjustments to get to where you're going. So don't take all criticism as a bad thing. Some of it is actually useful to help you grow. Number 8. Use that motivation from finishing a project to knock out your next project. I got that retaining wall finished and I was so proud of myself. I'm like, I'm going in straight away and I'm gonna start working on my office. I ripped the carpet up, got everything situated, got the floor prepped, I painted. I'm in the process of using that motivation to finish my office and I'm so excited because that gave me a boost to get the next thing done. Do the same thing. When you accomplish something, use that motivation, that whatever it is, that drive that gets you going to finish your next task and to knock it out and to keep going. Number 9, and this is one that I've heard so much and I am truly really working on myself, is perfect your craft. If you know you're good at something but you only do it every now and then, that's something that you need to work on consistently. Know how to do it. One of the things is like you need to know how to do it with your eyes closed, hands tied behind your back. Know your craft, whatever it is. My craft is creativity. Like I said, I can look at something and recreate it just by sight. I know that, and when I look at things, I study it, I get, turn and look at it at a new perspective so I can see this is my craft. I need to perfect what I'm doing and look at every angle so that I can get better at what I'm doing. So you do the same, whatever your craft is, whether it's reading a book, whether it's getting your hands in there, like I said before, know what your craft is and do everything possible to perfect it. And last but not least, and actually the most important, is number 10. The very first scripture that my mother taught us was Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ which strengthens me. And I truly believe that. I know God has given me a gift to create, to recreate, and I know that I can do it. I believe in myself and I believe that in the gift that God has given me that I can do it. So that's the thing. Believe in yourself. You have to believe that you can do it before you get started. And once you get in motion and actually start doing it, even if you were a little iffy or shaky in the beginning, once you accomplish this task, then you'll truly be able to believe in not only yourself, but the gift that God has given you to spread this onto the next task that you have to finish. All right, as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and share this video if it's been a blessing to you. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I will see you guys back here next Monday for another motivational word. All right. Bye-bye. Finally finished. I don't know if you guys can see. This is so dark. Oh, man. Got that done. Got this done. Okay, here is the update. Before, we were doing a Monday, Wednesday, Friday video. And with all of the new changes that have been going on in our life, I've been going through just a little bit of crazy adjustment, trying to get things situated. We're homeschooling. I'm getting ready to start a job. So I'm doing a little bit of adjustments. From now on, we will only be posting on Monday and Thursday. I want to keep that motivational Monday. I've heard a lot of good feedback, so I want to keep that going. And also Thursday, we're going to continue to do a educational video, something that you can do with your kids. My thought is on Thursday, that gives you enough time to go get supplies so you can do this project over the weekend with your family. So we're going to do that. And also, I'm not sure how many of you guys know or follow our family channel, Family and Muscle, but we will also be back on Family and Muscle this Friday with Family and Muscle Fridays to start off. I'll be sharing what I'm doing with the remodel of my office and just kind of what we're doing as a family. So join us there. I'll put the link in the description, and I hope you join us on Build, Engage, Absorb Monday and Thursday. And for right now, we're gonna just start for Fridays for Family and Muscle Fridays. All right, thank you guys. Bye-bye. Don't forget to follow us on social media.